Jews don't run the world, Freemasons don't run the world. It's much darker than that. If you know their name, their organization, their family, they don't run the world. They're just puppets. The ones who actually run this world have been running it for thousands of years, and their bloodline didn't start human. The hate they made you feel, the sides they made you pick, the wars they started, the fear they fed you, none of it was real. All of it was staged to keep you from ever looking up, because if you looked up, you'd start asking questions, and if you asked enough questions, you'd find the same answer that every ancient civilization found before you. Egypt found it, Sumeria found it, Greece found it, Babylon found it, and they all recorded the same thing. Beings that came down, took women, and created something that should never exist. Children that weren't fully human, children that grew into giants so massive and so violent that entire nations were slaughtered just trying to survive them. The ancient world called them Nephilim. And here's what no one will tell you: that bloodline didn't die. It survived the flood. It buried itself inside the families that have held power ever since. They're still here, still in control, and still terrified of one thing. Not the armies, not the governments, and not the religions, but of humans finding out there's power inside them that doesn't come from any system, that doesn't require permission, and cannot flow through the Nephilim bloodline at all. I didn't learn this in church. I didn't learn this anywhere. That's why the scripture that documented it had to disappear. Scripture that exposed who this bloodline is, what humans were actually created to be, and exactly how to access what was placed inside them from the beginning. These scriptures were stripped out, banned, burned, and erased from every Bible on earth. And for thousands of years, it worked. This is the part I can't stop thinking about. Generations of believers were born into a faith with missing pages, praying and feeling nothing, reading scripture and still feeling lost, asking God for answers and hearing silence, wondering what's wrong with them, why they can't feel what they're supposed to feel, why the power the Bible talks about never shows up in their lives, blaming themselves, thinking they're not faithful enough, not good enough, not chosen, never knowing that the instructions were stolen before they were born. I felt that my whole life. I thought it was me, never knowing that there are angels assigned to every believer. Scripture mentions them, but the part that explained how to call on them, how to work with them, what they're actually assigned to do, that part was stripped out. There is power placed inside every human being created by God. Scripture hints at it. God says that the kingdom of heaven is within you, but the part that explained what that power is and how to access it was burned. Like, there are keys to understanding what God actually meant in his word. Pages of discernment that were stripped out, insights that unlock passages that have confused believers for centuries. They were all labeled heretical and erased. This wasn't an accident. This was theft. A believer who knows what's inside them is dangerous. A believer who can access the power God placed in them doesn't need anything standing between them and God. That's exactly what the Nephilim bloodline couldn't allow. So they stripped it out, buried it, and made sure the world would forget it ever existed. But there was one place they never reached.